All right, what's up, boys and girls of YouTube? Today, I'm bringing you a little coaching video. It's been a few months since I've done this, which is probably my own fault because I don't promote it enough. So essentially what I do is I coach your gameplays. You have to have the gameplays either uploaded to YouTube or you need to save the VOD on your stream. So if you stream on Twitch, you stream on Mixer, whatever, just have the VOD saved of the game you want coached and I will coach it. So there is a side to that. It costs money. I do $25 if your gameplay is under 30 minutes. If your gameplay is over 30 minutes, it's $50 to have the whole thing coached. And that's where I'm at. I do it differently because I do it all through stream. So I don't have like a website or somewhere for you to sign up and do this as of right now. I'm bringing back the Smite builds website that we used to have. It's currently being coded and created. It'll take like a month. I want to implement a way for you to get coaching through that, but that'll be later on down the line. For now, what you'll do is you'll go to the little instructions in the description below, but you'll click the donation link. You'll donate under the same name that you were going to message one of my mods with. The link to Tallyho's Twitch will be there, and you'll message him. You'll whisper him on Twitch, and you'll say, hey, I donated. This is who I am, and here's the link to my video. I want this time frame coached. I want this gameplay coached. And we'll get it done. Tallyho just kind of like middlemans it for me, and I'll just verify that you have donated the correct amount. Sounds kind of difficult. It's not really. You donate under a name. You message Tallyho under a name with the gameplay. I coach it. I upload it to YouTube. There it is. All right. So with that being said, because I never really talked about it or promoted it too much, I am going to go ahead and we're going to do a coaching video. It is an ARACHNE coaching video from one of my longtime viewers, and I really hope he shows out on this ARACHNE for the love of all things holy. So he started off correctly with the 3 spiders down on blue buff, which is great. You have to get out of the base right away to do this nowadays, so make sure you instantly buy and run straight to that blue buff if you're looking at getting them on the blue buff. And I highly recommend the blue buff. You can do left back camps, but that doesn't get you level 2 early. So he's going towards back camps. I do not recommend this. With this start, you kind of, I'm going to pause for a second. You kind of get a huge like bonus. There are very few gods in the game that have some special start or thing that they can gain an advantage of off the beginning. The only 2 I can think of are ARACHNE and Ratatasker. Ratatasker, you can start and rush into full boots. Or ARACHNE, you can drop your 3 spiders on blue. And what you should be doing here is rushing straight to the mid lane. The reasoning behind this is not only that it's usually very easy to kill a mid laner because they're level 1 until they clear that wave, and you can get there before they clear that wave. So they won't have mobility to get away. You pretty much auto kill them if you hit your spiders. You blink, 3, auto them to death, they die. Now, if for some reason they're really good players, they're playing back, you don't get the kill, you still get a free invade on their red buff, which is really important and why this is so valuable. You're clearing your own speed, your spiders are clearing your own blue, and then you will automatically be gaining an advantage by taking their red buff and eliminating that XP off the map from the other team. Plus, you can then take their purple buff and gank the duo lane. That is the ideal rotation. If for some reason you can't gank the purple, you can't go to the purple, then you just go to your own red, and you'll be good to go. So essentially, you control the whole map with ARACHNE for the first spawn, which is really, really hard to do on any god and not really a common theme. I like the idea here of trying to get a gank, but you're delaying a little bit of your XP. You kind of wasted your blink, and this guy should... Okay, so... This only worked because this Thoth is terrible. You never start your 2 on Thoth or go your 2 on Thoth. He should have had his dash and you would have never killed him. Just so you understand that. This only worked here because that person is very, very bad at Thoth and he has no clue what the fuck he's doing. Granted, you ended up getting this. I mean, awesome. Just not quite in the correct order. And you would have been extremely punished by good players and you would not have been able to invade that red. I don't even know where their jungler is, which kind of makes you wonder. I do like this rotation. As I was saying, you get the free rotation into the duo lane. Your mid being here is kind of awkward because he should be pushing out mid and getting XP, but I guess this is a guaranteed gank. Just not really min-maxing farm and potential here. So free kill. It should be a double kill very, very easily if your team has Heavenly or any actives. I guess they're not going to. You're doing a good job, though, fitting your autos and doing what you need to do. Just, as I said, do the correct rotation that I mentioned from the beginning, and don't really do this late rotation. It won't work against good players. It's not going to happen. There's not a chance in hell it'll happen. Hopefully your red buff is still up. Ideally, the other team would have invaded your red buff. They would have invaded your back rights. And you would be kind of scrapped for getting XP at this point just because your rotation was kind of strange. And see, these guys are just bad players. If I'm the other team, I've taken your red, I've taken your backs, and you're kind of like, you got those kills and it's awesome, but the XP is not, XP and gold really isn't that huge. And that's how the other team would have stayed on your ass in terms of farm and everything else. All right, so here, you're playing bad players, so it's working. But once good players are in your games, you'll get fucked. You're leaving your speed buff up right now for a long time over back camps. I would have gone straight to speed and started doing that rotation through the entire jungle on the right side of the map. That way you're getting that optimal farm. Your ADC could have done these on the way out and gotten his optimal farm, and the other team wouldn't be able to invade your shit, which is really something you don't want them doing ever. Like, literally ever. Literally never, ever. So we got a full reset on your jungle rotation. Nothing for me to coach as of right now outside of what I said. The beginning is the beginning. Most beginnings in Smite, the first 3 minutes, first 4 minutes are pretty standard. Occasionally you take advantage of ganks. Occasionally you take advantage of getting farm where the other person isn't there like they should have done to you. But you're just making the most of a pretty traditional setup. Now you do see you only have an 800 gold lead, which is not a lot. And that just comes from not min-maxing your farm at all. You really want to back here ASAP. I know you're just trying to do that greedy last bit of farm, but being at this health and this mana at this point is not ideal. Any gank or rotation or invade on that blue buff and you're big screwed. Now you're going standard build, Golden Blade, which is dope. Looks like you grabbed the health on a mana pot. It's fine. I would have grabbed the ward over the mana pot. While mana is very important, you should not be spamming your abilities at any point. You free clear now. So using your 1 on any camp while just auto attacking the big creep will clear because you have Golden Blade. So hopefully you're also leveling your abilities wrong. You never max your spiders. Your spiders will never do full damage unless you already have a free kill. Because essentially the only way the spiders are going to do full damage and come into full effect and have any value is if the other team doesn't kill them. Your spiders have like fucking 8 HP. They die very fast if any abilities are used on you or on top of you or on top of the spiders. So you've started leveling your abilities incorrectly. You max the 1. You then max the ultimate whenever you can. You max the 3 after that, and then you max the 2. I like the side steps. As you can see, your spiders are dead. Your spiders aren't doing any damage. So you killed him. He died to creeps because he's bad, and you died because you misplayed horribly. Absolutely horribly. Level your 1. It would have killed him. It will heal you more and allow you to sustain more, and you won't die in that situation. Realistically there, you would have 3'd and 1'd him, and he would have died as soon as you got the auto on him once you got in range. And then you would have been able to turn with your stun and killed the set, or killing him would have got you level 5, and you would have just ulted out. Or you could have turned on the set and used your ultimate if you had the mana for it. Also, make sure when you're going into a fight and you're running through creeps, you pop your health potion, you pre-pot. So as soon as you're in combat, your health isn't drooping. You get more out of that health pot in case there's a chance of you dying. You want to make sure you min-max those little things. It goes a long, long, long way. So your rotation here is really poor. Once again, you're doing these deep rotations into the lane, which is fucking terrible. Why it's fucking terrible? He's on your tower line, and that's where you're going to go on him. If he dashes to here, you can ult and 3 him, and ult on him, he's slow, then 3 him, and he's extra slow, and then you're killing him, right? Now, if you path in here, and he realizes you're pathing in, he's going to go out the side, he's going to hug the wall, and then dash in the tower late. He's not going to instantly have to dash. And that's against a good player. This guy is fucking terrible. This guy is absolutely doo-doo balls. The only reason anything has worked so far for you is just because of how bad this Thoth player is. You want to start doing these correct rotations and everything, or you're going to play against somebody who's not an idiot and you're going to get fucking punished and you're going to wonder why you're getting punished. So right there, you just ran from an invisibility target with full kit up on ARACHNE, the best 1v1 god in the game. So why? Why did you not throw your 3 at him and then run at him in 2-1 combo? There's no reason to be afraid. Your ultimate's up. You're very, very safe. You actually cannot die if your 1 and your ultimate are up unless you just poorly misplay. That team does not have the lockdown to kill you. So you might as well get some poke out of that when you walk directly into a low-level ADC. At most, he probably has full boots. Maybe, highly unlikely, he probably went like Devil Gloves or some bullshit start item because he doesn't know how to build ADC, and you could have easily punished. Now, this rotation is very awkward. You've got back right camps and you're blue up, right? They're on the tower line over here, and you're already on this side of the map. Right about now, you would ideally tell your solo, if he hadn't just died because he's a noob, or your Baron to go get this. If your solo is dead already, that blue is probably gone. The Guan free steals the blue. There's no point on rotating over here, assuming that's already gone. Go left, get this farm, get the cooldown, get the timers, clear this shit. But this should be a free kill. Izanami has one of the worst escapes against Arachne in the game. It's an invis. Your 3 grants invisibility. You can see through the invisibility as long as your 3 is on the Izanami. There's literally no reason for you to not go over there. Your mid's already lost the tower. He's coming out of base, so it doesn't matter. You're just trying to punish a really bad player at this point, which is not helping your team. It's just punishing a fucking idiot. This guy is easily the worst mid I've ever fucking seen in my life. You did not need to ult there whatsoever in any world at all. His ultimate's not going to do 600 damage at level 6 with no items. You have to be aware of the damage you can do and the damage you can take when playing Smite in general. When being a jungler, it's even more important because now, especially in a guy like Arachne, you have no safety. There's no safe factor to your kit right now. Nothing. You're all in if you fight. If they catch you, you're all in. You hope you can outkill them before they kill you. Unlikely. So wasting your ult in little situations like that isn't necessary, especially when he has no chance of escape. He had a whole lane in front of him. If he made it down the lane, maybe you would have ulted them, but the dude was just standing there 2 feet away from you. Just wait it out. Please, for the love of God, wait it out. You also don't have beads, so realistically doing those things are really, it's just very strange and not a good take to waste your ult, waste your big ability like that. And this guy is just dying on cooldown, so wasting anything on him is completely worthless. Anyway, with the Arachne at this point in the game, you should be looking to just full pressure. You finish the Golden Blade, which means you're going to be just clearing, easy peasy. You have literally the freest clear in the world. You have full mana all the time off of full clearing camps, which is good because it means you're full health, full mana. You're able to sustain and rotate around the map however you want. With you pathing out here to the left, I pray you instantly look for pressure on your duo lane. There's no tower there, so it's more than likely that the other team is going to end up playing up out of position. Granted, your teammate doesn't have the tower for safety, but it's still all there. Whoa, 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 whoa. I would not have ulted this. Okay, so you're in a one-on-one with the duo lane missing, with the mid lane able to rotate, which he is, and you decide that you're going to poke this guy a little bit. He has a slow immunity on his 3, and you're going to ult him to catch up to him, which your slow is not going to apply, and then you actually do end up getting rotated by the duo lane as well. There's no point in time where you are full committing, especially on a god with one, like using your one escape for the full commit when you don't know where the fuck everyone is. You have to pay attention to the map. Whoops, I just clicked the wrong spot. Okay, so make sure you're not doing that at all. Ganks, team fights, anything. You can't be full committing to somebody unless you're big enough that you know they can't kill you, which is not that often, or you know exactly where everybody is. It's just not gonna cut it. You also don't really need to be buying mana pots, so I'm a big like anti mana pot guy in real games. So if I play my casual matches or I play against players that I know that aren't very good and I'm just gonna keep fighting because I don't give a fuck, I'm gonna go mana pots because I really don't care. If you watch competitive games, everyone always buys health pots. Health is way more important than mana. Even with your one sustain, like it's great, your one heals you. It doesn't heal you that much. Like it's not making up for a health pot that'll be ticking throughout a team fight, throughout a game, throughout a rotation, whatever. You need to be buying health pots. Being at full health or closer to full health is way more important than being able to get off one more ability. Just remember that. People seem to worry way more about their abilities than on just their overall living factor. This thought is still playing so far out of position. It is blowing my mind. So right here, you definitely should focus on clearing the wave. I don't really know what your mage is doing because he's just kind of standing there. This guy ulted. Fighting him is not ideal. Okay, or he'll just get one shot because he's terrible. That guy is so bad. Anyway, when you kill somebody or you have a full wave in front of you, make sure you clear it. Get the gold, get the XP. There's no reason you clear fast enough on Arachne, especially at that position. Over any position, there's no way you kill that guy and then you walk into the jungle. You should instantly know what you're gonna do next. You always have to be thinking 2, 3, 4, 5 steps ahead. Hey, in your head, you're like, all right, this fucking Thoth is way out of position. I'm gonna kill him. What am I doing after that? The red buff spawning soon. The back cams are up soon. My speed's up. I'm gonna push the wave and I'm gonna pressure into their jungle. I'm gonna push the wave and I'm gonna go on the next person that comes into the lane. Like, you need to be thinking as a jungler, specifically as a jungler. This does apply to all the roles, but as a jungler, if you are not thinking more than 2 steps ahead, the other person is easily going to be outplaying you. I don't know what the fuck that spider was. Not a clue. This Thoth literally doesn't know. Okay. You're hurting my brain. So the only wall that Arachne can ult over is, I believe, is it the speed buff wall or the mid cancel? I think it's the speed camp wall. There's one wall in the match, in the whole map, that you can ult over, and I think it's a speed camp, but I'm not 100%. Either way, Arachne's not sitting there ulting over major leap walls. You're only ulting around corners and stuff, so for the love of God, never do that again. Also, killing this guy on cooldown at this point is completely worthless. He's level 8. He can't be worth any gold. Like, this dude's just feeding his fucking brains out, so start putting pressure and focus elsewhere. With Arachne, as much as a lot of the other top junglers like Rat and Serket, you need to be looking at their jungle, and I haven't really seen you look at their jungle for the last 5 minutes, which is a mistake. Being the best possible jungler, like being better than the other jungler, doesn't come down necessarily to just mechanics or really just, it's not just being ahead of the other jungler. If you're taking the enemy team's farm, so right now, especially in your lower level games, your junglers are going to be really just doing the core buffs like their speed blue back camps. They're not going to be doing red. They're not going to be doing purple. Imagine if you had your ult up there, by the way, instead of wasting it to get to the guy in mid who's already out of position. But yeah, the enemy junglers are usually going to be focused on their core buffs. If you're invading the other buffs, you're not only getting yourself ahead and doing better than the other jungler, you're putting the enemy team, your lanes up. You're helping your lanes out. You're helping your team out. You're putting the solo laner behind and getting your solo laner ahead. Putting the duo lane behind, getting your duo ahead. And really, you can think about it either way. You can think about it as, I'm going to be this huge jungler and I'm getting all the farm. Or you can think of it as, I'm going to take their farm. I'm going to outplay their jungler and I'm going to get my team ahead. Both ways end up equaling out in the exact same way. Whichever one helps you process that information better is the way you need to look at it. Because that is literally your goal as a jungler. Early mid game, out farm, steal farm, get team ahead. Get yourself ahead. Late game, target the fucking squishies that you need to take out of the fight, the ones that you can kill, and focus them in team fights. That's literally all being an assassin is. It comes down to those 2 steps, and you're good. Team has a good team fight here. Your rotations have kind of just been normal assassin rotations, coming in a little after the fact, cleaning up, finishing people off, taking the one-on-one against the people you automatically beat. Smart play. No problems here. This is kind of expected, though, because of how bad the Thoth is. But your duo lane obviously isn't doing too hot because they've already lost tower. But it's fine. So at this point, go check their buffs. Clean their buffs. Clear the red. Clear their back camps. Clear the blue. Why are you going mid? Your team is going to come out of base and be able to push this wave. Why the fuck are you going mid? You just went all the way to mid for 3 camps. You could have got their red, could have got their backs, could have got these backs, could have checked his speed, could have stolen the blue. You could have set up spiders on portal demon. You could have cleared those backs. Like, there's so much farm on the map, and all you did was get 3 creeps and you ran to your own speed buff. That is, like, borderline, maybe not the best word, but that's terrible. Like, that is a horrible, horrible, horrible next step. And I can guarantee you it's because you aren't thinking ahead whatsoever. You also keep trying to 1v1 this Guan or take this Guan on. Your Jorm is getting fucked. He's 2 levels down. This Guan you definitely has fucking physical defense. And you're not at a point where you should really be worried about these kills. Also, I just noticed your build. Horrible fucking build. Absolutely fucking terrible. absolutely doo-doo balls. I'm assuming you're going to go brawlers. If you go Crusher, I'm going to be upset. If you go Jotuns, I'm going to be upset. Okay, you're going Crusher. All right, so your build's already wrong. You don't need all 3 katanas. You do not need Hasten Katana. Hasten Katana makes the game a lot easier for you, and it really reduces the perfect positioning and the perfect auto attacks within range type of issue that a lot of lower players run into. So getting Katana there, probably core for most people. I'd say, even for me, like, I'm Grandmasters, fucking pro player, I like having Katana. It feels better. You can go another route. If you do that, kind of expect you to be a pretty decent player to just put yourself even in that situation. Now, you went Crusher. This has no value. If this was a Brawlers, I would understand the thought process because you want to be able to kill that Guan Yu. But then I still wouldn't agree with it. So your build is terrible right now. This, at the very least, needs to be Kins or Katana. Nothing else. Like, this should not be any other item. And I have the builds readily available for you on a million YouTube videos. In none of them am I going Katana, Stone Cutting, Crusher, ever. So I don't know where you're learning this build or what math you're doing, but it is not what you want to be doing in this game. Also, you're building a Crusher at 14 minutes. Realistically, you want that Crusher sub like 8 minutes if you're going to get the most out of it, because that's when it's doing like really, really good damage in terms of just helping you actually kill somebody on the right gods. Arachne right now is not the right god. You only have your 1 and your ult proccing the Crusher, and with the values it's at right now, it's not worth it at all. So, build wrong. Your lack of counter jungling seems to be, it's just very apparent that you literally don't even think about going into their jungle, which is really bad on a god like Arachne, because if you do run into the enemy jungler in their jungle, you're going to just destroy them. I think you've also been holding onto these 2 wards for like 8 minutes. So, whenever you buy wards, you should already be thinking, I want to ward these places. As a jungler, warding here, warding back camps, warding red, warding deep in their jungle, all really good spots. Anywhere that'll give you an advantage and allow you to rotate safer. So all of those will help you rotate. They will also help you knowing where the enemy jungler is. So as of right now, you've really failed at counter jungling on one of the best gods to run into the jungle and be safe. Not only do you have an escape with immunity, you also 1v1 everybody. You haven't been warding, which would also make sense because you haven't been fucking invading. What is this shit? Stop doing this shit. Stop. Your ultimate is not a hard engage unless it's a free fucking fight. You're about to go into this by yourself. What? Why? What is the thought here? What is the reasoning? Why? You literally just W keyed into a support and an ADC. I don't even care if you kill these guys because they're fucking bad. But what you did was horrible. Literally, there is. Why would you? What are you doing? You're just wasting everything. You're not even fighting for an objective. You're literally doing nothing with everything you just did. There is no point to anything you just did. Nothing at all. Also, if you did have Katana in that fight, you would have been able to dance around them and kill them. I don't know what you're building. You're going like an ability build or something now. When the old ability build worked because of how good Heartseeker was and how good Crusher was back then. This is not the build now. You're already stacking attack speed on your Golden Blade. You're stacking an auto attack item on Stone Cutting. This should have been a Katana. Your attack speed's insane. You go Kins, you go Exy, you go Bloodforge, and you're good to go. Boom, full build. You don't have to sell boots. You don't lose any gold. Full build early. You're massive. There's so much going wrong right now. It's actually blowing my mind. I think it more blows my mind because I play the fuck out of Arachne, and there's like a million videos for you to watch, and everything you're doing right now is never ever done in my videos. Ever. Never ever. So I'm like borderline hurt right now. You still haven't placed your wards. This is the worst fucking Thoth player ever. You just ulted for no reason. If you're gonna re-engage there, you're gonna wait for your abilities to come up. So you ulted in the air right after using all 3 of your abilities, right? So the ideal situation there is you run away for a second, kite some abilities, you ult when they catch up to you, you stay in your ult until your 1 and 2 and 3 are back up, you pre-pop your 1 in your ult, you land on them because they're slowed, and you 1 right away, and you're healing instantly. Instead, you ulted to do damage, you only got bailed out because they're bad players and your teammates were there, and you literally, you ended up dying. So you played this poorly, very, very poorly. A lot of this is going to be specific to Arachne because it just seems like this god is way too easy for you to be doing these things. The god is way too basic. Your ultimate is only used as an escape unless you're crazy far ahead. That is how you should see it all the time. Your build is a static, standard fucking build, and you're not going it, so you should definitely swap that up. You should start counter jungling, start dropping your wards you've been holding on to for 25 minutes, start playing around your team, even if they're bad players. Tell them to group up, go for gold, bait your team, let your team eat the abilities, and then engage. The earlier fight you won when you did Gold Fury, you came in after the fact. All these fights you're engaging, you're getting shit on because you're engaging poorly and you're not supposed to be engaging to begin with. And that's kind of just where you're at. Hopefully your Shibalaki can come up with a counter push, the split push, after the fact. But your lack of vision is just atrocious. It's not even just you, it's your whole fucking team. But you've been holding on to these 2 wards forever, which is ridiculous. You don't even need to ward the places I told you. Just fucking ward anywhere at this point. Just drop your wards. You're also so hyped up on killing this fucking Thoth. It's triggering me, dude. I don't even know how he's anywhere near the same level as you, by the way. I have no fucking idea how he's near the same level as you. He's got to have 10 or 15 fucking deaths at this point. You have 22. How many kills do you have? You have 11 kills, and I'm pretty sure 7 of them are on Thoth. While you're losing Phoenix, you killed the least valuable target in the game. There's no way they end this, right? Oh my god. Stop engaging with your fucking ult! It's triggering me. Stop. I don't think they end here. This is just taking way too long. Even though that Guan is crazy tanky. Alright, so they do not end, and you get to keep pushing. But you notice how you've ult engaged so many fights with your ult? That's not what the ult is for. You're not a god that has to land on them and then fucking die. If you're playing Smite in a way where you have to all in every time, it's either they die or I die, then you're playing poorly. You're playing terribly. That is not how Smite works. That's not how you should be looking at Smite. That's not how assassins want to be played at all. Ideally, as an assassin, the top echelon of players are going to engage in a fight. So your team's going to start a fight. You're going to go in. You're going to use your abilities. And then you're going to take a step back while you're waiting for your abilities to come up. And you're going to make a decision. Either decision 1 or decision 2. It's always like this. 1, looks like the fight's going okay. And I'm pretty sure I can go back in when my abilities are up and we can win the fight. Decision 2, fight is going poorly. I'm going to go get farm. I'm going to go take their jungle. And I'm going to get some levels and be ready for the next fight and be more ahead than everyone else. And I'm going to take over the next fight. Those are the 2 ways you look at the game. There's no option 3 where you ult in, full commit, and hopefully you win the fight. If you don't win the fight, then you're dead. That's not a thing. That is not the way you want to look at it. That is not the way you're playing Smite. Not if you want to be the person carrying the game. Not if you want to be the win factor in on your team and your matches and your ranked games. You cannot look at Smite the way you are currently looking at it. It is fucking terrible. You literally keep getting back into this game because the other team is stupid. Not because they're making misplay, just because they're stupid. If you fucking ult engage one more goddamn time, dude. Why, man? What is the thought process here? Why? Your 1, 2, 3 combo, if you were building correctly, would one-shot them. You just went 4th item Jotuns. You went 4th item Jotuns. Whew. I'm hurt. Oh my gosh. Why? Why? Why are you doing this? Who hurt you? Tip for everyone watching the video wanting to get better. Don't assume you know how to build. Don't assume you know what items are good. Don't assume you know the order of items. Because it's way too fucking often right now, especially with the release of new gods, where people are like, this is the best. I won a game and I got 10 kills. Motherfucker, that doesn't mean shit. Optimizing something is going to come out to be situational in a game like Smite. But for the most part, the situational items, the situational things, the situations where you have to change your build are so goddamn rare. And you guys, not you guys, a lot of people fail to know when those times are, that it's just worth it to go the standard fucking build that the top players are running and telling you are the best. It doesn't matter what feels right to you. You're not good enough to feel anything. You're not at that level where you have the feels of what works and what doesn't. You're just not there yet. If you're building fucking Atalanta's bow and Jotun's 4th item, 22 minutes, you have like 5 fucking power, and you have no on-hit auto effects with an auto attack build, it makes you want to throw the fuck up. Like, your build literally makes no fucking sense whatsoever. And I'm roasting you, specifically Starlight, right now because I'm watching your gameplay. But every motherfucker who's watching this video right now, whether they comment and say some dumb shit or not, they're all doing this. All of them are fucking doing this. Every single one of them. It's mind-blowing, but it's true. They're all fucking doing this shit. Also, how are you losing a game where the enemy's mid and jungler is literally AFK potatoes? Imagine if you had Kin Sice right here. He'd be dead. Kin Sice and Exy, he would literally be dead. You'd be autoing for like 250 on auto, and he would be dead. Because you fucking auto every 0.1 seconds. They're not doing any damage to you. Instead, you're hitting him for 100, 70, and 100 over and over again. He dies because they're bad. The dude does get mid-Phoenix. He keeps trying to... What's up with these people trying to end? Bro, he's paying no attention and doing 5 damage to this shit. That is crazy troll. Stop ulting! No! Stop it! Your ult's worthless. He already dashed. Where the fuck is he going, dude? Stop! OMG, dude. You're trolling me. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit because nothing's going to happen for the next minute or two. I can already tell that. What the fuck are you about to build? How does Void Shield come into your build at 24 minutes? No point in the world can I think where Void Shield is the best last item you're gonna buy. First of all, that item comes into play really well in your first 3 to 4 items. 5th item's pushing it, but in your first 3 to 4 items, the other team doesn't have enough pen for it to be completely negated usually. So that fucking Void Shield's gonna go a long ass way. Plus that 100 health is a big deal. Dude died because he's bad. Bro, I hope you're gonna... Okay, this guy's terrible. So you could have killed him. He's a terrible player. Just auto him. Bro, just auto him. I know you're worried about him running away, but just auto him, dude. It's okay. He doesn't need to die instantly. He died anyway. He doesn't need to die instantly. But if you don't stop ulting every 2 seconds in the late game, you're never going to win games on ARACHNE. Bro, you have 17 kills, and it feels like you're behind. Meanwhile, the enemy jungler is not even playing the game, and their mid laner is suiciding on cooldown. It's crazy how this game is playing out. And how if you were just building correctly, using your ult correctly, looking for team fights as a team, you literally would not have died this game. You would have fucking 30 kills and no deaths if you were playing this properly. They probably would have surrendered already if you were playing this properly. If you have Kins in that situation, you're brawling out and you're beating his ass. There's nothing he could do. If you had auto attack build here, this would be so much fucking cleaner. Luckily, your one's going to be on short cooldowns because of fucking Jotuns, but if you have auto attack build, this shit's already dead. It dies so much. Oof. It's rough. All right, once again, look at your team fighting 2 feet behind you, and you turn and you see this motherfucking Thoth, and that's all you want to kill because he's died a bunch of times. Because you know he sucks dick. I'm just going to skip ahead, dude. Imagine if your ult was up. If you really wanted to all in that Izanami and it actually have an effect on the game. Well, you're so lucky these kids are terrible. You're so fucking lucky. Alright, you just killed their biggest person on their team for a minute, and your first thing to do is Portal Demon instead of team fight. Stop! Stop it! Fucking A, you ult into everything for no reason. You're just wasting your ult over and over and over again. Who cares if you do the 500 damage? You could do 1,000,000 damage with auto attack build in that fucking exact situation. They're not going to do anything to you, and then you use your ult to chase or to finish them or to escape. Stop just ulting in. I can't handle it. I literally can't handle it. Did you lose this game? Hold on, I'm gonna... I literally did not. Why? What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Why is Mixer lagging so bad? Imagine if you didn't ult in. You came in with your first rotation of abilities. You fucked them up. They dashed away. You ulted and landed on them with your second rotation of abilities because, first of all, you have CDR, so they're up every 2 seconds. Second of all, even without CDR, you can ult in the air and wait for your abilities to come back up. This physically hurts me to see the way you are playing Arachne. You're 30 minutes in. You've had Fire Giant, and you guys still haven't even touched those towers. Imagine if your ult was up. Go ahead and skip ahead here. I'm assuming you guys throw this game. Because all they need is that Thoth to hit one ult at this point in the game, and you guys probably lose. He needs to not potato for 5 seconds. With his terrible fucking positioning and just W keying and inting. Alright, they're out of position again. You've got a 2v5 on your tower line. Seen some shit. You're ulting in again on the tankiest target in the game, knowing that his team is right there. Okay. You're actually not thinking. You're just running at people. I have officially decided you are not thinking at all. You're not... Nothing in your brain is saying, ooh, I should do this and then this and this to get to them. Or I'm going to wait for this to happen and then I'm going to do this. You're literally just like, I'm going to attack this guy. I see Guan, me attack. Me use all abilities. Me kill. Me Arachne. There's no way you're thinking any other way. Okay, when someone uses beads like that, especially when you're not even auto-attacking them, just fucking wait half a second, stun their bitch ass. Pop the 2. Stun their bitch ass the second the stun ends. That's way better in the earlier to mid game because you're not one-shotting people. Late game, you're probably going to kill them anyway. But make sure you're thinking about that. We're going to skip a little bit farther ahead here. Okay, apparently they contest this with 2 people. That is crazy. Bro, there are 2 people dead for 30 seconds and a minute and you guys aren't pushing. Stop doing poorly. Why are you backing? Pay attention to cooldown timers. If one person is dead and your whole team is alive, that means you're getting a fucking Phoenix. Especially when you're all healthy. If 2 people are dead, you're definitely getting at least 1 Phoenix. But instead, you back to base for your fucking items, your farm or some shit. You don't even need movement spot. The game is literally over and you just did that shit. You just stalled a fucking minute and let them respawn. Oh my god, do you lose because of your fucking misplay? So your whole team's pushing. For some reason, your mage is by himself in mid. Stop engaging with the ult. Stop. All right, I'm just gonna skip and see if you lose this game. You should have lost this game, 100%. You ended up winning. So overall, your ability usage was atrocious. Your jungling was really bad. Your target selection did not change and was poor. Your lack of objective focused play. So at no point in this game did I see you really care about objectives whatsoever. It's literally none. Because if you did, you would have pushed Phoenixes when someone was dead. That's clear as day. If someone's dead and you guys have an advantage, push it. Go for an objective. End the fucking game. Stop using your ult to engage. I'm assuming if you do it on Arachne, you probably do it on everybody. You just throw all your abilities out. So that's not how the game is played. The game overall is it's a strat. Like, you're literally strategizing how you're going to do everything. In this fight, I'm going to use these abilities on this person, and then I'm going to disengage, and I'm going to look to re-engage. On this fight, I'm going to all in this person, and we're going to kill them, and I'm going to turn on this person. Or I'm going to run, and I'm going to reset, and then I'm going to go for this person. Like, you need to be thinking. This is not a shooter. This is not I see guy, I shoot. I see guy, I use ability. That's not how this fucking works. That's not how Smite works if you want to play at a high level. It is not. This is probably the person with the... I think you have the biggest improvement potential. Because these players you're playing against are not good. To the point where you should have, like I said, you should have been 30-0 in this game, and it should have been like a 20-minute match. Like, it's crazy to me that this is how the game played out. I don't think you're bad. I think you're not thinking. I think you're looking at this as Halo or Call of Duty. And even in Halo and Call of Duty, there's some strategy, and I feel like in those games when you play them, you probably just shoot at people. You probably just run and shoot at people and hope they die. Probably end up with a lot of deaths. Think about these gods you're playing. Focus on Arachne, pick up 2 other assassins and play them and learn how to play them. Like, literally just play them for 100, 200, 300 games. Like, just those 3 gods until you actually learn how the abilities work, how much damage they'll do. And I don't mean staring at the numbers. I mean feeling how much you're going to do to somebody, how much this is going to do to somebody, how to use this, how easily on Arachne I could run in 1, 2, 3 somebody, get them really low, and then run out. Or I could kill somebody and then I could ult out. Or I could kill somebody and then I could ult into another person. You really need to work on those things. Work on counter jungling and work on warding. I feel like you just never warded that whole game. I don't even know where your wards went. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know. But yeah, that's where we're at for coaching. If you guys want coaching, I hopefully will not have to be this I guess negative. Like, there's very little good I can pull out of this coaching. I'm not even joking. I'm not even trying to be mean. There just isn't. But yeah, if you want your gameplay coached, if this helped you at all, or you just want some more coaching, you want see some more, see if it'll help you, let me know in the comments below. Like the video, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you in the video later tonight.